So this is the basic HTML structure of the code. So this is the outer container. Inside this is the to do holder, which will contain all the sections of the card. So first section is the input section, which will have the input field and a plus button to add the task onto the list. Then this second main section is this edit list section, which will help the user to select all the tasks or unselect all the tasks by these two links. Then there is this third section, that is the task list container section. This will contain all the task list items that the user adds on. And then finally this is the footer section, through which the user can toggle between the incomplete and the completed tasks. So moving on to the JavaScript code. So this is the entry point of our code. So user can either press the enter key to add the task, or they can press the plus button that we have added onto the input field. So both the event listeners will execute this add task method. So the add task method first of all extracts the text that the user enters into the input field. Then I have maintained one tasks array, which will basically contain, this is an array of objects. So it will contains the text that the user adds, that the user enters into the input field, and a checked field, so that we can keep a track that whether the list is checked or unchecked. That means it is complete or not complete, the list item. Then after that, this is the set visibility method, which will toggle the visibility of these three elements. So basically these three elements are like this. This is the no item added when there is no item in the list. And for example, I add one demo item here. So these two sections appear here. So first is this section, and then is this footer section. And if I delete this, then these two sections disappear, and again we have no item added. So these three sections, the visibility of these three sections gets toggled via this method. And finally, this is the method that takes the responsibility to render all the tasks onto the DOM. Now this render method takes an array of tasks and iterates over the elements of this array. One by one it creates the task list element. So I have modularized the whole code so that it is maintainable and also readable. So this is the create task list item, which will return the task list item element after uh, appending all the HTML code. Then after this we have maintained a checkbox. So this is to check whether the checkbox is checked or unchecked, and accordingly we are updating our tasks array. And after that we are appending this onto the DOM. This is the main element to which we are appending this task list item element. Then this update tasks method is the sole responsibility of this method is to display the count of remaining elements onto the footer. So uh, what all tasks are yet remaining that are needed to be completed by the user. So this will display the count of that. Then we have these two event listeners. One is this add event listener to checkbox. So whenever the user checks or unchecks any task item, based on that we will update the count that is displayed on the footer, that whether the that how many tasks are remaining that are yet to be completed. And this is another event listener which will be executed once the delete button is clicked. So whenever the user clicks the delete button, it the we are removing that particular task item from the tasks array and updating it accordingly. So I have created the set timeout function here, so that I can create that fade effect when the user deletes any element. Apart from this, I have multiple event listeners here. So these all event listeners are for other functionalities. For example, complete all tasks. So this will display uh, so this will basically check all the checkboxes, and if the user want to clear all the checkboxes, uncheck all the checkboxes at once, then this will do that job, this event listener. If the user wants to filter the list and want to display only those tasks which are incomplete, then this will display that. This will display all the tasks, complete and incomplete, everything, and this will display only the completed tasks. Now moving on to the application. So I will add some items here. For example, learn Java, learn JavaScript, learn React, learn DSL. We can till now I was adding all the elements by pressing the enter key. We can add from here also. And for example, learn maths. Now let's suppose I want to delete this, so I can delete this. Currently I have 5 tasks left. After deleting this, I have 4 tasks left here. And let's suppose I have completed Java and JavaScript, so these two will be striked through to maintain that difference between the complete and incomplete tasks, and here two tasks are remaining. Then if I display incomplete tasks, so these are those, and complete tasks, so these are those, and all are here. And if I delete all the tasks, then we are back to this no item added element. And this is the CSS. So I have applied basic CSS to apply multiple effects like box shadow and displaying flex items and creating that transition effect. So this is the basic CSS. You can go through it. So that is all. Thank you.